Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're talking about family drama. The kind that starts at a dinner table and ends with people not speaking for years. You know, they say you can't choose your family, which is unfortunate when your family is, well, you'll see. We collected stories from people about the moments their family gatherings went completely off the rails. Some petty, some justified, all absolutely wild. Hit like if you have family drama of your own, subscribe for more stories, and please share your own experiences in the comments. Therapy is expensive, but venting is free. Let's get into it.
My grandmother passed away last year. She was wealthy, like seriously wealthy. Real estate investments, stocks, the works. My dad and his brother had been fighting for months before she died about who would get what. Not subtle about it either. Asking Grandma to update her will, talking about their share, all while she was literally in hospice. Will reading happens, lawyer's office, whole family's there. Grandma left everything, and I mean everything, to a cat sanctuary. Not divided among family, not even a small amount to her sons. Everything went to cats. My uncle starts yelling, saying this isn't legal, she wasn't in her right mind, he's going to contest it. Lawyer pulls out a letter. Grandma wrote it specifically for this moment. The letter says, and I'm paraphrasing, I spent the last year of my life watching my sons circle like vultures. They visited me not out of love, but to make sure they stayed in the will. Neither of them asked how I was feeling, they asked about assets. The letter goes on. She says the cats at the sanctuary gave her more comfort in her final months than her own children did. Then she adds, and this is the part that made me laugh despite everything, at least the cats were honest about only wanting me for food. My uncle tried to contest it, spent $30,000 on lawyers. Lost. Will was airtight. My dad hasn't spoken to me since because I said Grandma made the right choice. Last I heard, the sanctuary named a wing after her. The cats are doing great.
At least the cats were honest about only wanting me for food. Grandma had jokes in her final act. But honestly, good for her. She watched her kids show their true colors and responded accordingly. $30,000 in lawyer fees to contest a will he lost. Could have just been nice to his dying mother. Would have been cheaper. The sanctuary named a wing after her. That's actually really sweet. Better legacy than leaving money to people who didn't care about you. Next story.
Getting married to my husband, planning was mostly smooth, except for his mother. She had opinions about everything. The venue was too casual. The flowers were wrong. The food wasn't traditional enough. I tried to be accommodating, but eventually had to set boundaries. This is our wedding, not hers. She seemed to accept it, backed off for a few weeks. Day of the wedding. I'm getting ready with my bridesmaids. My dress is hanging up. Everyone's doing hair and makeup. His mother arrives. Says she wants to help. I'm suspicious, but let her in. 10 minutes later, I turn around and she's holding my dress with a glass of red wine in her other hand. I watch in slow motion as she trips and spills the entire glass directly onto the dress. All over the front, red wine on white lace. She gasps, apologizes, says it was an accident. But I saw her. I watched her do it deliberately. My bridesmaids are panicking. Wedding starts in an hour. My dress is ruined. His mother says, well, I suppose you'll have to wear something else. I actually brought a backup dress just in case. She pulls out a dress from her bag. It's her dress from her wedding that she wore 40 years ago. She planned this. I'm trying not to cry. My maid of honor is already calling dry cleaners. Then my sister says, "Wait, give me 20 minutes." She leaves, comes back with fabric scissors, a sewing kit, and an idea. We cut the wine-stained front panel out of the dress, used some of the fabric from the train to create a new bodice design, added some of the lace from the veil. It actually looked incredible, unique, better than the original, honestly. Got married in my reconstructed dress. His mother looked furious the entire ceremony. At the reception, multiple people asked about my custom design and where I got it made. His mother tried to apologize later, said maybe she overreacted about the wedding planning. I smiled and said, "Thanks for the inspiration. The dress really came together." She knew what I meant. We don't talk much now.
She brought a backup dress to her son's wedding, just in case her daughter-in-law needed to wear her old wedding dress instead. The premeditation is actually impressive, in a psychotic way. But the sister coming through with emergency dress surgery? That's family. That's actual support. And it looked better than the original. So really, mother-in-law did her a favor. Accidentally created a better dress through her sabotage attempt. Thanks for the inspiration. Perfect response. Polite but pointed. Moving on.
I have an older brother. Growing up, he could do no wrong, I could do no right. He got C's, they said he was creative and free-spirited. I got A's, they said I was too focused on grades. He played guitar badly, they bragged about their musician son. I got into a prestigious college, they said I was abandoning the family. You get the idea. This went on for years. I stopped trying to compete, built my own life, got married, bought a house, started a business. Brother lived at home until he was 32. Parents supported him because he was finding himself. Then Mom got sick. Cancer. Treatable, but expensive, even with insurance. Parents asked for help with medical bills. I offered to pay half if my brother paid half. He said he couldn't afford it. He was working part-time at a coffee shop. I paid the entire amount, about $40,000. Mom recovered, went into remission. Family dinner to celebrate. Mom stands up to make a toast. Thanks everyone for their support during her illness. Then specifically thanks my brother for being there emotionally when she needed it most. Doesn't mention me, doesn't mention the $40,000. I'm just sitting there. My wife is squeezing my hand under the table. After dinner, I pulled Mom aside, very calmly, asked if she was going to acknowledge my contribution. She said, "Well, you have money. It wasn't a sacrifice for you like it would have been for your brother." "I paid for your cancer treatment." She said I was being petty and materialistic. I left. Haven't been back for a family dinner since. Brother called me a few months later asking to borrow money for rent. I said no. He told Mom I was being cruel. She called to guilt-trip me about family obligations. I asked if those obligations applied when I paid her medical bills. She hung up. I sent them a card last Christmas. That's it. My wife says I'm better off. She's right.
$40,000. It wasn't a sacrifice for you. That's the thing about being the responsible one. Your sacrifices don't count because you're supposed to help. The golden child got praised for emotional support. The scapegoat who paid for treatment got nothing. And then they had the audacity to ask for more money later. The entitlement is breathtaking. Family obligations. Funny how those only flow in one direction. I hope this person is doing okay. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is step back from people who don't value you. Next story.
I was pregnant with my first child. My husband and I picked out a name we loved. It was meaningful to us. Combination of our grandmother's names. Told my family at a dinner. Everyone seemed happy. My sister pulls me aside later. Says she loves the name. Says it's beautiful. 2 months later, my sister announces she's also pregnant. Due 3 months before me. Okay, great. Happy for her. Then she announces her baby name. It's the exact name we chose. I call her. Did you seriously take our baby name? She says it's not my name. Names can't be owned. She liked it, so she's using it. I remind her she's due first, so now if I use the name, it looks like I copied her. She says, exactly. I thought of it first anyway. No, you didn't. You heard it at dinner and took it. She tells Mom. Mom says I'm being territorial and I should just pick a different name. I'm furious, but decide to let it go. Fine, I pick a different name. Sister has her baby, names her exactly what she said. 3 months later, I have my daughter. At the hospital, the nurse asks for the name for the birth certificate. My husband and I look at each other. We say the original name we chose. We used it anyway. Sister finds out, loses her mind, calls me screaming about how I copied her. I very calmly say, you're right. I heard the name and liked it, so I used it. Names can't be owned. Used her own words against her. She demands I change it. I say no. It's already on the birth certificate. Mom calls to mediate. I ask why sister was allowed to take the name, but I'm not. Mom says it's different because sister used it first. I say, then she shouldn't have stolen it from me when I told her. Sister doesn't bring her daughter to family events if I bring mine. Says it's too confusing to have 2 kids with the same name. Fine by me. Less drama.
Used your own logic against her. Names can't be owned. Beautiful. The audacity to steal someone's baby name and then get mad when they use it anyway is peak sibling behavior. And now she won't bring her kid to family events because it's confusing. That's not confusing, that's consequences. Mom trying to say it's different because sister used it first, even though sister only knew about it because OP told her first. That's some impressive mental gymnastics. Sometimes the best revenge is just doing what you were going to do anyway and watching people lose their minds over it. Next one.
Our family has Thanksgiving at my aunt's house every year. Big production. 15 to 20 people. My aunt loves to play perfect hostess. Everything has to be Instagram-worthy. She also loves to make passive-aggressive comments about my weight, my job, my relationship status, every year. Last year, I'm sitting at the table. She's going around asking everyone what they're thankful for. Gets to me. Before I can answer, she says, let me guess, you're thankful for stretchy pants. Everyone laughs. I'm used to it. I usually just ignore her. But this year, I was tired. Really tired of being the punching bag. So when it's my turn, I say very clearly, I'm thankful I don't feel the need to tear others down to feel good about myself. Table goes quiet. Aunt's smile freezes. Excuse me? I continue. I'm also thankful that when I host dinners, I actually make my guests feel welcome instead of insulted. You could hear a pin drop. My mom tries to interrupt. I keep going. And I'm especially thankful that I don't need to perform perfect family harmony on social media while treating people badly in real life. Aunt's face is red. She says I'm being disrespectful in her home. I say, you're right. I should leave. I stand up. My cousin, her own daughter, stands up too, says, I'll come with you. Then my uncle stands, then 2 more cousins. We all walk out, go to a diner, have pie, actually enjoy ourselves. My mom calls later saying I ruined Thanksgiving. I ask if she ever considered that Aunt ruins it every year with her comments. Mom says that's just how she is. I say, and standing up for myself is just how I am. This year, we're doing Thanksgiving at my place. 6 people confirmed. Aunt is not invited. My mom asked if Aunt could come. I said only if she apologizes. She hasn't, so she's not coming.
Half the table walked out with her. That says something about how Aunt was treating everyone. That's just how she is, the rallying cry of enablers everywhere. Yeah, and being done with it is just how other people are. Going to a diner for pie sounds way better than suffering through a hostile dinner for the aesthetic. The fact that Aunt won't apologize even to be included in Thanksgiving tells you everything. Pride over family. Control over connection. Good for this person. Set a boundary and stuck to it. Moving on.
My grandparents set up college funds for all their grandchildren. They told us about them when we were young, equal amounts for everyone. I'm the oldest. Time comes for college. I ask my parents about accessing the fund. They get weird, avoid the question, finally admit there's no money. What happened to it? They used it. They used my college fund to pay for my younger brother's private high school. I'm stunned. That was my money, for my education. Dad says they borrowed it and planned to pay it back. They didn't. Brother's private school cost $40,000 a year for 4 years. My college fund had $50,000 total. It's gone. I ask what I'm supposed to do for college. Dad says student loans like everyone else. But brother didn't need loans because he got my money. I apply for loans, get into a good school, graduate with $60,000 in debt. Brother graduates high school, gets into college. Parents ask me to help him with expenses since I'm established now. I'm 22, still paying off loans. I say no. Mom says I'm being selfish, that family helps family. I say, like how you helped me by stealing my college fund? She says they didn't steal it, they reallocated it for the family's benefit. The family's benefit, not my benefit. I tell them I'm not contributing to brother's college, I'm still paying for my own. Brother calls me, says it's not his fault. Why am I punishing him? I'm not punishing anyone. I'm just not setting myself on fire to keep others warm. Parents haven't spoken to me in 2 years. Brother barely talks to me. I paid off my loans last month, $60,000. Took me 8 years. Brother's still in college, parents are still paying. He has no debt. Family wonders why I don't come to gatherings.
They took $50,000 meant for her education and gave it to her brother, then asked her to help pay for his college? The entitlement is staggering. Family helps family. Yeah, they should have remembered that before they stole her college fund. And the brother calling to say it's not my fault? No, but he's benefiting from it. That's the point. 8 years to pay off $60,000 in debt. Debt she wouldn't have had if her parents had just not stolen from her. And they wonder why she doesn't come around. Next story.
My dad passed away suddenly. Heart attack. He was only 60. Planning the funeral with my stepmom, Dad's second wife. He divorced my mom when I was 10. Stepmom and I were never close, but we were civil, working together okay. Then my mom shows up at the funeral home during planning. My mom, his ex-wife of 25 years. She says she deserves input on the funeral. She was married to him for 15 years. Stepmom was married to him for 18 years and was actually with him when he died. Mom starts making demands. Different casket, different flowers, different music. I'm exhausted. Just lost my dad. Don't have energy for this. Tell Mom politely that stepmom is making the decisions as his current wife. Mom says I'm betraying her, that she knew Dad better than anyone. If that was true, you'd still be married to him. She shows up to the funeral in a black dress with a veil, full widow costume. Sits in the front row next to stepmom without being invited to. During the service, Mom keeps crying loudly, making a scene. People are uncomfortable. Then at the burial, Mom tries to throw herself on the casket like a dramatic movie scene. except it's real life and everyone's just horrified. My uncle, Dad's brother, has to physically pull her back. She's screaming about how much she loved him. Stepmom is crying silently, trying to maintain dignity. After, people keep coming up to me confused, asking who that woman was. I have to explain, that's my mom. Yes, they were divorced decades ago. No, I don't know what she's doing. Mom posts on social media later a tribute to the love of her life with old wedding photos. She's been remarried twice since Dad, has been with her current husband for 10 years. Her current husband commented on the post asking what was going on. She deleted it. I haven't spoken to her since. Can't do it. The disrespect to my stepmom, to Dad, to everyone there. It was embarrassing.
She showed up in a veil to her ex-husband's funeral after being divorced for 25 years. The performative grief it's something. I feel terrible for the stepmom trying to bury her husband while his ex-wife is literally throwing herself on the casket and posting it on social media with her current husband seeing it. What was the plan there? Some people make everything about themselves, even funerals, even when it's absolutely not about them. I hope this person has found peace, and I hope stepmom is doing okay too. Couple more stories.
My older sister and I have always had tension. She was the pretty one, I was the smart one, typical dynamic. She got engaged. Huge wedding planned. She made me a bridesmaid, but made it very clear I was last priority. Bridesmaid dress? She picked the most unflattering style possible, said it would look better on the other girls. Bachelorette party? Planned on a weekend I told her months in advance I couldn't make. She planned it anyway. Fine, I'm used to it. Week before the wedding, she tells me I need to cover my tattoos for photos. I have a half sleeve on my arm. I ask if everyone else has to cover tattoos. She says, no, just me, because mine are distracting. 2 other bridesmaids have visible tattoos. She doesn't care about theirs. I ask what I'm supposed to do. She says, wear a shrug or long sleeves. In July, outdoor wedding. I say I'll use makeup to cover it. She says that won't work. I need to figure it out. Okay. Wedding day comes. I'm wearing the dress with a shrug like she demanded. Photos start. She keeps positioning me in the back, partially hidden. Then for sister photos, just her and me, she asks me to stand behind her, so you can't see me anyway. I'm fuming, but smile through it. Reception starts. Open bar. I remove the shrug because I'm overheating. Sister sees my tattoo visible, comes over furious, says I'm ruining her photos. I'm tipsy. I've had enough. I say very loudly, if my tattoo is so distracting, maybe you should have picked better bridesmaids. People are listening now. She tells me to lower my voice. I don't. I say, you've treated me like garbage this entire process. I showed up. I wore this awful dress. I'm here celebrating you despite everything, and you're worried about my arm. She says I'm making a scene. I say, you're right. I should go. I left, still in the bridesmaid dress, drove home. She called the next day from her honeymoon, screaming about how I abandoned her wedding. I said, you abandoned me first. I was just last to leave. We don't talk anymore. I'm fine with it. Oh, and I got another tattoo after, on the other arm. Flowers and vines. If she ever speaks to me again and has another event, I'll have both arms done.
I was just last to leave? That's actually a great line. The sister spent the entire wedding process treating her badly, then got upset when she left. Shocked Pikachu face. And getting another tattoo after as a preemptive screw you for any future events? That's petty in the best way. Sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing you can do, especially when you do it mid-reception in a bridesmaid's dress. Next one.
I have a 5-year-old daughter. She's allergic to peanuts. Severe allergy. EpiPen level serious. My parents know this. We've told them repeatedly. They've seen us use the EpiPen. They think we're overreacting. They think allergies are exaggerated these days, despite literal medical documentation. Daughter's birthday party. We're hosting at our house. I made it very clear, no peanuts, no tree nuts, check all ingredients. My mom offers to bring dessert. I say okay, but remind her about the allergy. She says she knows. She'll be careful. Party day. Mom shows up with a homemade cake. It looks beautiful. I ask what's in it. She lists ingredients. Sounds fine. My daughter wants cake. I'm about to cut it when I notice something. There are crushed peanuts on top, as decoration. I ask my mom about it. She says it's just a garnish and we can scrape it off. That's not how cross-contamination works. The oils are throughout the frosting. I tell her we can't use this cake. She gets defensive. Says I'm being dramatic, that she grew up eating peanuts and was fine. Kids today are too coddled. Mom, your granddaughter could die. She waves me off, says it's a tiny amount. Daughter probably isn't even that allergic. I'm furious now. I take the cake, walk straight to the garbage, throw it away. Mom gasps, says I'm being wasteful and disrespectful. I say, you're being dangerous. You were told the rules, you ignored them. She says she was just trying to make a nice cake. With the one ingredient that could kill your grandchild? Great job. She starts crying, says I'm being cruel. My dad tries to defend her, says it was an honest mistake. It wasn't a mistake. She doesn't believe the allergy is real. I tell them to leave. They refuse, say they're not leaving the party. I very calmly say, then we are. I pack up my daughter, my husband, and we leave our own party. Go to a bakery, buy a safe cake, have a birthday party at the park with just us. My mom posted on social media about how I ruined my daughter's party and humiliated her over a cake. Comments from family asking what happened. She played victim. I commented with one line. The cake had peanuts. My daughter is deathly allergic. Mom knew. Comments turned real quick. We don't let them babysit anymore. Supervised visits only.
She put peanuts on a cake for a child with a peanut allergy, then said they could scrape it off. That's not ignorance, that's deliberate. The number of grandparents who don't believe their grandchildren's allergies are real is terrifying. Medical documentation doesn't matter. EpiPens don't matter. They just know better. Throwing the cake away and leaving their own party was the right move. Protect your kid, always. And the social media backfire is perfect. Play victim, get receipts. Last story.
Did one of those ancestry DNA tests for fun. Wanted to know ethnic background, maybe find distant cousins. Results come back. Ethnicity stuff is interesting. Then I look at DNA relatives. There's someone listed as a close match, predicted relationship, half-sibling. I'm an only child. I stare at this for a while. Must be a mistake. I click on the profile. It's a woman, 3 years older than me, lives 2 states away. I message her. Hey, this is weird, but we're showing as half-siblings? She responds immediately. Oh my God, I've been hoping someone from my dad's side would show up. Her dad's side. My dad. We start comparing information. Birth dates, locations, names. It adds up. My dad had an affair before I was born. This woman is the result. She knew about it. Her mom told her years ago. She'd been hoping to connect with her biological father's family. I'm processing this. I have a sister. My dad has another kid he never mentioned? I don't tell my parents yet. I keep talking to her. Her name's Rachel. We video chat. We look similar. She's nice. She's a teacher. She's wanted to know her father her whole life. 2 months of talking, I finally tell my dad. Send him Rachel's information. Say we need to talk. He calls immediately, panicking, asking how he found out. I explain the DNA test. He goes quiet. Then he asks me not to tell my mom, says it was a mistake from 30 years ago. He doesn't want to hurt her. Dad, you have another daughter. He says he knows. He's been sending Rachel's mom money monthly. Child support, even though it was never court-ordered. He's known about her the entire time. He's been financially supporting her, but he never wanted to be in her life. I ask why. He says it would complicate things. I'm angry now. I tell him Rachel deserves to know her father. She deserves family. He says that's not my decision to make. I invite Rachel to Thanksgiving. She comes. I introduce her as my friend first. Then at dinner, I say, "Actually, everyone, this is Rachel, my half-sister." You could hear a pin drop. Mom looks at Dad. Dad's face is white. Rachel's nervous but smiling. She brought pie. Mom gets up, walks out. Dad follows her. They're in the other room arguing. Everyone at the table is uncomfortable. My aunt asks what's going on. I explain. 25 years of a secret. Mom comes back in. Her eyes are red, but she's composed. She walks over to Rachel, says, "This isn't your fault. Would you like some coffee?" Rachel starts crying, says yes. They sit together, talk. Mom asks about her life. Dad's still in the other room. He doesn't come back. Rachel leaves later, thanks me for inviting her, says it meant everything. Mom files for divorce 3 months later. Says it wasn't the affair. It was 30 years of lying about it. Dad blames me, says I destroyed the family. I say he destroyed it 30 years ago. I just brought it to light. Rachel and I talk every week now. Mom's met her a few times. They're building a relationship. Dad's alone, still angry at me. I don't regret it.
30 years. He paid child support, but never acknowledged her existence. And then blamed his child for telling the truth. Mom's response to Rachel? This isn't your fault. And offering her coffee? That's grace. That's maturity. Rachel brought pie to meet her father's family for the first time. That detail gets me. This person gave their sister a chance to know her family. Dad's anger is because he got caught, not because anyone did anything wrong. Sometimes the truth hurts, but secrets hurt more, for longer. Let me wrap this up. So, those were 10 stories about family drama, the kind that changes relationships permanently. Some of them are petty, the baby name, the tattoo, the Thanksgiving walkout. Others are heavy, the college fund, the DNA test, the will. But they all have something in common: boundaries. People finally saying enough. The wedding dress disaster that turned into a better dress, the cake with peanuts that got thrown in the trash, and the half-sister invited to Thanksgiving. These are people who stopped accepting bad treatment, who stopped being doormats, who decided their peace was worth more than fake family harmony. And yeah, sometimes that means walking out of parties. Sometimes it means throwing away cakes. Sometimes it means revealing secrets that were never yours to keep. The thing about family drama is that it usually builds for years. Little comments, small betrayals, quiet resentments. Until one day, someone hits their limit. And when that happens, everyone acts shocked. How could you make a scene? Why are you ruining the family? Can't you just let it go? But they never ask those questions to the people who created the problems in the first place. If you've been the scapegoat, the overlooked one, the one expected to keep the peace while everyone else causes chaos, I see you. These stories are for you. You're not wrong for setting boundaries. You're not selfish for protecting yourself, and you're definitely not required to set yourself on fire to keep your family warm. If you enjoyed these stories, or if they hit a little too close to home, go ahead and like the video, subscribe for more, and share your own family drama in the comments. Honestly, I know there are more stories out there. And hey, if you're heading into a family gathering soon, good luck. Bring witnesses. Maybe have an exit strategy. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. And remember, you can't choose your family, but you can choose your boundaries. See you next time.